damage is minimal and no serious injuries have been reported. Chaos in Mount Lawley as motorists choke roads seeking cheap petrol. And tight security for Prime Minister Hawke in Rome as he launches a stinging attack on Indonesia. Good evening, they're the headline stories in tonight's edition of the Channel 9 News. Perth's first ever cheap petrol competition was either a suburban nightmare or an irresistible bargain, depending on your viewpoint. Sponsored by radio station 96 FM, the exercise saw an independent outlet selling fuel at 28.9 cents a litre. The result, according to Matt Price, huge traffic lines on some of Perth's major roads to the city.
Independent dealer Mark Povey in Walcott Street was the lowest bidder, selling fuel around 20 cents a litre cheaper than the current price. When the station opened at 7 this morning, queues stretched as far as the eye could see. Police were called in as commuters merged with bargain hunters to bank traffic for kilometres. Many people were more than an hour late for work. The situation for buses was downright dangerous.
Well, that means that I've got to go down in the second lane and stop in the middle of the road to let people on my bus because you can't get through the traffic.
After 9 o'clock, the queues were more controllable. Most were patient to wait. Others had no shame. The man pouring money into other people's pockets was undaunted.
It's just advertising dollars being spent a different way. It's not irresponsible.
Most motorists waited more than 3 hours to fill their tanks for about $10 less than normal. There's a lot of time just for $10, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's fair enough. Well, I didn't realise it was going to be this long a queue.
Really not worth it. No, it isn't worth it.
Well, I'm on the dot at the moment, so, it is the effort. If I was working, I just wouldn't care,
Yeah, well, I haven't got anything else on this afternoon.
At 5:30, the queue still stretched about 2 kilometres. With the cheap petrol off at 6, it was obvious many would miss out. Matt Price, Channel 9 News.
Well, that petrol station is still open, although cheap petrol is now gone. Matt Price is on the scene, and we'll cross live there now. Matt, what's the final wash-up on all this?
And, well, there's still a lot of cars here, though the competition's well and truly finished, and Mr. Povey has pocketed his $3,000 prize money. But by my calculation, this exercise cost him at least $6,000, but as he says, it's all good publicity. Some statistics, about 1,500 motorists milked close to 60,000 litres of petrol today. Povey took more than $15,000 through the tills. Overall, police were fairly happy with the way things ran, and I think everyone who really wanted cheap petrol got it. Tonight, Povey's is a Roster station once again charging 49.5 cents a litre. Back to the studio.